Hey, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about some of the ways that I am slowly starting to prepare for labor and delivery and postpartum. As of today, I am 34 weeks and 5 days, so I'm close to being 35 weeks. And some people might think that's a little early to start preparing, but I mean, he could come at any time, and I like to be very prepared. So there are just a few things that I've been doing that will hopefully make my life easier in the near future. And the first thing, I've talked about it before a little bit, but just that I've tried to stay active throughout the pregnancy. Since the third trimester started, that was about when the quarantine and all that was going on. And so I've been trying, I couldn't go to the gym anymore, so I was walking outside a lot. But now that it's June, it's getting really hot. Or really hot to me when I'm walking, it's getting a lot harder. Our gym opened up again, so I've been going there, mostly walking, and even in the air conditioning, I can tell it's gotten a lot harder for me to walk. I usually try to do like 2 miles, but it's gotten a lot harder, and it's a lot harder when I try to do it outside in the heat. So I've been doing that, but something I purchased recently was this exercise ball, or birth ball, or stability ball. There's a lot of different names for it, but it's like purple metallic. This one is 65 centimeters. I got it from Target and it was $15. So if you're looking for one, I didn't see anything that cheap on Amazon, and so I got it like in 3 days from Target. And supposedly there are a lot of benefits to bouncing on a birth ball. What I like the most is that it forces me, when I'm sitting on it, to sit up straight, and so it kind of takes any kind of back pain or back discomfort. It helps with that. And a lot of people, there's videos on how you can do stretches with it and like sway your hips and different things, to different ways to move. From my understanding, it like encourages baby to be head down. And as of my last appointment on this past Thursday, he is still head down, so that's good. And so I try to do this once a day. The first day I got it, I did it for like 2 hours, and I haven't done it that much since I got it, but I try to do at least 30 minutes. And I can tell when I'm bouncing on it, if I do it for a long time, it's like a workout. Like, it makes my legs hurt a little bit, but it feels good to like go in an 8 formation with your hips and just moving your hips around. Helps baby's head like lock in to a good position. So I've been bouncing on this, and like I said, I got it at Target, and I just searched exercise ball. There's different sizes you can get, and this one that I got, I think in the description box or in the info box for the product, it has like based on your height what size you should get. So this is like the medium option, and since I'm 5'8", the 65 centimeter was the right size for me, and it came with a pump, so if the air starts coming out, I can just pump it back up. This is supposed to be really good during labor as well. A lot of women love being on the birth ball during their contractions, and I've heard that a lot of babies, when they're born, like to be like bounced to sleep as a newborn. So I'm gonna keep this out after I deliver as well, and hopefully baby will be bounced to sleep a few nights. Another thing I've been doing since about 30 weeks is drinking red raspberry leaf tea, and I can leave the one that I got down in the description box, like a link for it. I got it off Amazon. I can't remember how much it was, but I know it was inexpensive, and it's a really big bag. And so I make it like a big pot of it like twice a week and put it in the fridge. So I'm trying to drink about 2 or 2.5 cups a day. And you can look into it. What I understand is it's recommended to drink it a little bit at first and work your way up to like 4 cups. And from my understanding, it's supposed to help prepare your uterus for really like effective contractions. I don't love the taste of it, but it doesn't bother me. I drink it cold. Sometimes I add lemon juice, but most of the time I just put some ice and drink it really cold, and it doesn't taste bad at all. So I do that once a day, and I'm slowly working up to, like I said, I think now I'm probably at like 2.5 cups a day, and it really helps me when I make a big pot of it, because I don't have to do that every single day. And along with the red raspberry leaf tea, I haven't actually started doing this yet, but I plan on doing it in the coming weeks, is getting some evening primrose oil and taking it orally. I think it's once a day. I need to ask my midwives, but I think red raspberry leaf tea and evening primrose oil to me seems like a very like midwifey thing to do. But again, that's, from my understanding, supposed to help like prime your cervix and help with hopefully a more effective labor, which is something I'm all about. I want a nice, effective, shorter labor would be my preference. So I plan on buying some evening primrose oil and start taking it about 36 weeks is what I was recommended to do. We've also started moving some of the products, like the baby products, to where they're gonna be. So we had a Mamaroo swing that we were just keeping in the nursery, but it'll probably be in the living room when baby actually gets here. So we moved it to where it's actually going to be, and a few times I'll turn it on while the dogs are inside, just trying to get them used to different baby products and smells. And so we've actually already, everything that we have, we've already washed. So after I wash it, I let the dogs smell it just a little bit to get used to that like fresh baby smell, what they're gonna be smelling a lot. And I've noticed the more we do the swings and like introduce them to the baby stuff, the calmer they get. So the first time when they saw the swing, they were very, very interested in it. And now the last time I turned it on, and so it's moving all over the place, the dogs were started laying down and took a nap within like 2 minutes of it. And so I'm trying to get them really used to the idea of different noises and sounds. And we also have, I've showed you before in a video, but we have a stuffed animal that we use that we'll carry around sometimes to get them used to the idea that mom and dad are holding something that they need to be gentle and calm around. I've heard a lot of people do that with like baby dolls, but we just didn't have a baby doll and I didn't want to buy one. So we just had a stuffed animal laying around that we've been using to try and prepare the dogs a little bit. Because that's something I am nervous about, is how they're gonna respond, if they're gonna be really, really worked up and excited. And I'm sure they will be at first, but hopefully some of the things that we've done to prepare them, like letting them smell and sniff all the toys and stuff, will help them adjust quicker. Another thing I've done is to start packing the hospital bags. I have his stuff in his diaper bag, and I think I'm pretty much done with everything that's gone in there. And Scott and I are planning on just sharing a good sized suitcase, putting our clothes in there. Something that I've been doing the past few weeks to try and not forget anything is, if I think of something that I want to take to the hospital, I've been putting it in the crib. So I can show you in a second, but there are things in here that, since I haven't packed my personal hospital bag yet, they're just sitting around here, things that I do not want to forget. And I'll probably start packing my hospital bag this week. I just ordered stuff off Amazon today, a good size order. So I should start getting stuff in the next few days. And it was all stuff that I want to have in my hospital bag. Like 90% of the postpartum or baby products that I've gotten have been from Amazon or are available on Amazon. So I want to do a whole video on that. I've just been waiting to slowly collect all the things from Amazon. But his bag is pretty much done, and basically all that's in there is some clothes for him, a swaddle, like an actual Velcro swaddle, some muslin blankets, and that's about it. I don't think that he needs that much. From my understanding, the hospital will provide diapers and wipes for him. There are a few diapers and wipes because I already just put them in his diaper bag, but I don't plan on using those. I'll just use the free ones from the hospital. One other thing that I haven't done yet, but plan to do in the next week or so, is get a haircut. And for me, I don't know why this just feels so important. I haven't had my haircut in over a year now, and so I'm just really looking forward to getting just a few inches cut off. I'm not gonna like cut it up to here or anything, but I know that once a baby's here, I'm not gonna take the time to go get my haircut. So I'm trying to think of things like get a haircut, get a manicure or a pedicure, get your eyebrows waxed, whatever it is that's important to you to make you feel good and to make you feel pretty. I'm trying to think of those things so I can go ahead and do them before baby gets here. But let me show you what I was talking about with some of the stuff that I have in the crib. So here is the inside of the crib. Like I said, this is the stuffed animal that we use to pretend like it's a baby. This is the diaper bag, and like I said, I have it loaded with stuff, mostly just some clothes and swaddles and stuff for him. And this is stuff that I am gonna pack in my bag that I don't want to forget. So this is just a button-down sleep gown that I got from Target. And I plan on hopefully recording the labor and delivery. So I keep my camera here, and this is just a little tripod. So when I'm done filming, I'll recharge the battery to full and delete the memory card. So everything's just ready to go. If my water breaks or I start going into labor, I can just throw this stuff in a bag. So some of the other things that I know I want to take are my glasses. I typically wear contacts, but if baby's waking up every like 2 hours, I would prefer to have glasses, and so I just have some wipes here for the glasses. So I also have some Pedialyte sitting down here in the crib that I plan on drinking this hopefully during like early labor or really all throughout labor. Last appointment I asked the midwives if it was required for all the laboring moms to get an IV, and she said I only need an IV if I'm group B strep positive, which I'll find out next week at my 36-week appointment, or if I'm dehydrated. So I'm hoping that the Pedialyte will prevent me from being dehydrated so I don't have to be hooked up to an IV pole the whole time. Something else that I asked at my last appointment was if I could bring my own like pain medicine, because from what I've been told is that they alternate ibuprofen and Tylenol, and I know it's going to be a lot cheaper in the long run if I bring that stuff from home instead of taking the hospital's ibuprofen and Tylenol. So I have some ibuprofen, Tylenol, and stool softener that I'm gonna bring in my bag to hopefully save some money. It's not necessary for me to take the hospital's medicine that is probably like double, triple, or quadruple the price if I already have it at home. Right here, the medicines that I'm gonna throw into a bag. I also have just 2 toothbrushes and toothpaste, so I don't have to worry about grabbing our like electric ones that have a charger and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna throw that in there. I need to get a deodorant and like a travel size soap. I want to get that next time I go to Walmart. And I plan on packing this organic nipple butter as well for breastfeeding, which is my plan. But I really like the strategy of throwing things that I don't want to forget in here. Like something that I just thought of that I don't want to forget is like a portable speaker, because I want to listen to music hopefully while I'm at the hospital laboring. And so I want to make sure that our portable speaker is charged, and then I can put it in here. So again, if my water breaks or I go really quickly into labor or anything, then Scott or I can just come in here and throw all this stuff, whatever's in the crib, into a bag and hopefully not forget anything. The last thing that I've been doing to really prepare for newborn life is to prepare some meals, some freezer meals. So I'm gonna go into the kitchen and show you some of the things that I've prepared. Okay, so here is the freezer. I'm just gonna do a rundown of things that I've made. So these are frozen peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I have some banana nut muffins. These 2 are homemade egg McMuffins. These are just when we get bell peppers or onions, we go ahead and dice them and freeze them for whenever we're cooking, and we do that all the time, and it really saves time and energy. These 2 are turkey and Swiss sliders, just like Hawaiian rolls, like King's Hawaiian. You cut them in half and then put whatever meat and cheese you want, and I added honey mustard to them, and you just heat them up, and I put obviously like the instructions, like 350 or 375 degrees for however long. These 2 are enchiladas, and one of these is like a taco casserole and the other is a big lasagna. And I also picked up some frozen meatballs just because that would be easy for spaghetti or meatball subs or anything like that. So that is all the food that I have so far, but I'm considering doing like a breakfast casserole, pancakes, and a few more dinner options. We're looking for a deep freezer because, as you can see, the freezer's kind of already full, and if breastfeeding goes according to plan, then breast milk will soon fill up the freezer. So we're in the market for a new or used deep freezer to put out in the garage so that we can put some more meals. I think that that'll save so much time and energy to just stick a lasagna that's already made in the fridge. And you can obviously go to Costco or Walmart and get the pre-made ones. You don't have to make them from scratch. But that seems like a really, really good idea to have a freezer full of food. So the first few weeks, hopefully, you don't have to worry too much about how you're gonna feed yourself. So those are the things that I've been doing to hopefully make my labor, delivery, and postpartum period go a little bit smoother. If there's anything that you can think of that I should be doing, let me know in the comments, or if you have any questions, if you wanna know like the recipes that I use for the stuff in the freezer or links to anything, let me know and I'll be happy to put them down in the comments or in the description, whatever you want. But that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you in my next video.